Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook with your host Edward McQueen and April Garner Davis.
We're live with no food, okay? But we're going to talk this evening about growing our own food. Because it's becoming it's such an issue these days. But good evening, first of all. I'm your co-host, Ed McQueen. Of course, on my left or to my right is Sister April Garner Davis. And today's a special day, but I'll talk about that another time. So April, the issue came up at Friendship Church, an event sponsored by, not sponsored by, but was administered by Miss Marjorie McIver, the icon of Conway, and with her assisted her was Miss Rozier, Dolores Rozier. And one of the basic issues that took a lot of interest was the idea of farming and sizable gardening as a necessity, becoming a necessity, based on everybody becoming aware of what's in food that's mass produced, and that as opposed to organic foods. So when we got to the point of organic foods, one of the people that was introduced, who's developing organic gardening at his acreage farm is I call him my big brother, Abdul Shahid, and he's going to, as long as the daylight is going to assist us, but he's going to assist us this evening on how we can go about having a very efficiently run farm. It doesn't have to be long because he's doing it on an acre of land. But the experience that I got there when I went there to visit him showed me that you can do a lot with an acre of land. You can feed a lot of people, okay, with a lot of different things, and some of the most different fruits and vegetables that I've seen. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance. I don't know if I've ever seen them before. I'm going to put it that way. So, without further ado, let's go quickly to our guest this evening. I call him my big brother, Abdul Shahid, and he's going to start us off. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, garden family. With great pleasure, come to this community and willing to share with you the little bit of knowledge that I've accumulated over the years of doing organic gardening. From the outset,
Brother Abdul, could you just turn the camera around to your face? I mean, just. Yeah, there you go. You were hiding for some reason. You don't look bad.
Okay, what I was doing was pointing towards some of the product that I grow, but I can do this at this point. I was very familiar with traditional gardening, where you use commercial fertilizers, and I did that growing up in Conway. And that's where I got my first experience with growing things, because that was a part of what my mother and father did. And so we had to participate and we had to help. And in helping, this is how I learned the level of traditional gardening that I even know today. However, later on, I discovered such a thing as organic gardening. Organic gardening and commercial gardening is the differences in what fertilizers that you use, and whether you apply poisons and all of those different things to maybe perhaps show a more beautiful appearance of the product that you're growing in the stores, but it's not necessarily the best thing for you. So one of the cliches that I live by is that medicine should be your food, and your food should be your medicine. And you should invest in your health as you invest in the stock market, you invest in your 401k, because if you don't, unfortunately, you will have amassed a great amount of economic wealth and a deteriorating health and lying in bed drooling at the mouth, and someone is spending your hard-earned money. So then
Yeah.
we see the importance of also investing in your health. And
Right. Right.
one of the better ways that I found that doing this is through organic gardening, using the free things that are available. Did you want to ask any questions at this time, brother?
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what kind of garden, what you're planting, and all the products that you have there as a result of your timbering of the land that you've been working hard on all these months. Um, if you can
Oh,
put the camera on some of those and then talk about them as you go.
okay. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, this is considered a mulberry tree. And one of the unique things about this particular mulberry, as you can see, it's white. We are no, because growing up, we had a mulberry tree, and it would go from green, red, and then a very almost black color when they were ripe.
Right. Right.
And it would be this time of the year that we would actually harvest those. We would get some, and of course the birds would get some. But uniquely to this tree right here, as you can see, and I'm scanning, the mulberries, you see some are green, and then you see some are white. Now, one of the things that if the birds were aware of how sweet and nutritious this mulberry is, they would flock to this tree every day until they're all gone. However, what they associate with being ripe are two colors, red and a dark blue or black, like the blueberries or blackberries. So this particular tree, it goes unnoticed by the birds, and it accumulates a large crop of fruit, as you were able to harvest some today when you came.
I'm telling you, man. I've never tasted any sweet mulberry. I mean, they're green, they're white, but they're the sweetest I've ever tasted.
So I just learned something from Abdul. Birds can actually see the colors, red and blue.
Apparently they can. Now
That's
I'm not going on
interesting.
record. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going on record because from gardening, my experience is when they are green, if
Mm-hmm.
they're like now, my blueberries are green. They're not bothering them. But as soon as they get that dark color,
Right.
then even my strawberries, I grow strawberries. Strawberries, they'll have a green color, right? As
Mm-hmm.
soon as they turn red, then the birds, they fly down to get them. So
Wow.
I would say that yes, they can see color.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, yeah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And also with other animals, the fruit emits a smell that they can smell from a
Mm.
long range, because you will find that I grow muscadine grapes and pears and peaches and those kind of things. And the animals will tell you when they're ripe, because you will walk by a particular fruit tree that you have, and you'll see holes on the ground, or you'll see some place where the animal has been there. So they use a keen sense of smell, and they're not actually looking at looking in your yard, but the scent, the wind carries the scent. They have an
Mm-hmm.
excellent sense of smell.
Oh
So,
my.
and the unique thing about it is is that you will get some, the animals will get some, the insects will get some will fall to the ground. So it's part of the journey, but it's the most pleasant journey.
Wow, wow. Hey, on the
So
side of those, go ahead, April. You want to say something?
no, I was just going to say, Abdul, one of the things that I typically do when we have these broadcasts, if a unique point comes up, I'll Google it. And yes, birds can see color. It says their vision is broader than a human's vision due to having a
Oh,
fourth color receptor. So yes,
ye-
birds can see those vibrant colors.
yes. And they associate those vibrant colors with things being ripe. Now,
Mm.
this particular fruit, it stays white when it's ripe, and they do not associate that. Now, I would venture to say, as I spoke with the brother earlier today, back in Pakistan where this fruit is grown, I'm sure there are animals there that knows when it's ripe. But because it's actually grown here, the birds are not. They haven't figured that out yet. And this tree is like
Mm.
6 years old.
Yeah, just beyond that. I'm
And
looking. Yeah,
and
look.
plants are climatic temperature tempered. That means that if you find around the world a climate that's relative to yours, then the fruits that's grown in that area, you can grow them because the temperature conditions are the same.
Mm-hmm.
hmm and also we live in zones. This zone that we happen to live in is 8B. And the further you go toward the equator, your zones with numbers will get higher. Like Florida would be, Georgia would be a 9. In some areas, it's an 8. And Florida would be a 10. So as you go further north, like Jersey, New York, those areas would be a 5. And it lets you know that there are certain things that cannot be grown in that area. Your zones 9 and 10 are called subtropical zones. And then the further you go toward the equator of the sun, they are tropical zones. So a lot of things that you see growing in the foreign, in Vietnam or any of the Caribbean islands, a lot of them you find growing in Florida now because the temperatures are similar, about the same.
So just
So
beyond
we have
that.
a question.
Okay, go ahead.
We have a question and a comment, Abdul, that I want to share with you. One from Priscilla Fuller. She says, for someone getting started, what vegetables should they start? And the comment that kind of accompanies that comes from Angel Only Livingston. Thank you both for watching. She says, this is the first year planting my garden without store-bought fertilizer. It's taking longer for the sprouts to come up, but I hope the fruit and veggies taste good. So what's some advice that you can share for people who are just starting the garden journey? First-time farmers, I guess, or gardeners, if you call it that.
One of the things that's pretty easy to do is what is called transplants. Like you go to some of the box stores like Lowe's or Home Depot, you'll see plants in fixtures that's already up and running. Those are easier to transplant from the container into your container, into potting soil that you put there. It's a lot easier to do that than putting a seed in the ground, because not knowing the time in which to put certain plants in, that could cause a tremendous delay. And we want to encourage people as much as possible to actually start their gardens. And one of the ways that you would know is those things that are available in the box stores as you visit them. And the other question was, what would I recommend? Well, those things that are available in the marketplace, you can grow them now.
Mm.
As soon as they come into the marketplace, Normally, they'll bring them in 2 weeks before the actual planting time is, because sometimes in the month of April, we'll get a late frost, and that could easily destroy any plants that you put into ground. Seeds germinate at about when the ground temperature is about 60 degrees. They will naturally germinate. And
Okay.
so, go ahead.
Yeah, no. If you let you finish. No, because that knowledge is good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, the trees know when to naturally, buds will start forming on your fruit trees.
Like you looking
And
at there now.
what that tells you is the tree is waking up. So just like we wake up in the mornings and we are hungry, this is the time you fertilize your trees. Okay, now the question was about fertilizer. The natural fertilizer for any fruit or vegetable is the leaves. Now, if we take a look into the forest, look how magnificent the trees grow among each other into such heights. And no one is out there with a water hose, and no one is sprinkling fertilizer out there.
That's an
What
excellent
you
point.
have, what you have is the leaves. You know, at least 3 months ago, you could look through the wooded areas around here, but now you can't. And those leaves fall every year. And that's the natural phenomenon that takes place. And so that means that's the food, a natural food for the trees. And look how large they grow. Look how many grow among each other. And there is, when you understand the structure of a plant like a tree, the root structure, it reaches down and it pulls nutrients into the tree itself, not through the hardwood, but what is done through the skin of a tree, which is called a cambium. That is the outer layer of the tree. And in doing so, it takes the nutrients from the root structure throughout the limbs to the very tips of the trees where your fruit is formed. And that's how the nutrients travel from the ground. That's the highway from the ground to the fruit. If you wanted to kill a tree, you would cut a complete circle around any part of the tree and disconnecting the cambium from the upper part of the tree, and the tree is naturally going to die because the nutrients have nowhere to go.
Okay, Brother Abdul, let me stop you there. We're losing daylight because of the time, but you just went past some. I think that was your pear tree.
Yes, I'm here now.
There, right there, right. Yeah, that's your pear tree, right? It's in its
that's
infancy
one
now.
of. That's
So what do you
one
call those
of.
pears?
This is called a moon pear. Okay, and I'm going to. This is called a moon pear. This is actually a commercial pear that you will find in the stores. Okay, I'm going to scan around and show you. There, the moon pears are in color right there.
But they're small. They're very small.
Oh, and the time to harvesting it would be the first week in August.
Okay. So they still have a few months to grow. Okay.
Yes, they have lots of time to grow. And this is also a moon pear right here. But among this moon pear is I have a graft on the tree. And if you look, you can see the leaves and the size are different. Can you see that?
Yes, you can see the difference.
Right.
Okay. Now, the moon pears are more oblong, long spiral shape, and the other pairs around.
So
This is called, this is an Oriental pear or Asian pear. It's called the Hosui. It's called the apple pear. They're pears that look just like apples. And I'll scan around.
Abdul, those pears
Yes.
are $3 a piece in the store.
Or 2 for $5, yes.
In the store.
And this is a graft that I have on the tree. If you look around the tree, there are 4 grafts on the tree. And so I have 2 different kinds of pears growing on this tree.
On one tree.
Okay. And when you understand grafting, I have grafted a apple tree to a pear tree because they're from the same family. The seeds are the same.
So, Brother Abdul,
Yes.
grafting. That's what I want to go to. What exactly is grafting? Is it literally taking 2 different plants and putting them together or growing them together? What exactly is grafting?
Yes, it's taking a cutting from one tree and attaching it to another tree.
Wow.
And it's the way that you cut the graft at a slanted angle and cut in a piece in the center, and you connect the trees and you do what is called you surround it with grafting tape. And in about 30 days, because they're from the same family, that particular plant will be grafted to your tree. And you can do that. I had one of those, but you could actually have 8 or 9 different fruit growing on the same tree.
Wow.
Just understanding how grafting works. And there's also a method that is called, if you want to get an exact copy of the tree that you have, let's say you had a favorite tree and it produced magnificent fruit. Now this, I'm going to scan, let you see this. This is coming from that same tree. You see the round pears here?
Right.
And you see the big leaves. And it's all a part of this tree right here. It's all coming from that tree. These are the grafts right here. You can see where it was grafted here.
Okay. Okay. So when you put the 2 together, let's say the apple and the pear that you described, what is the taste? Like, is it going to compromise the taste of the pear, or does it create the taste of the pear and thus it's called what it's called?
Not at all, because it's from the same family.
From the same family. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
from the same family. And the only thing is that you're using the pear tree or the apple tree as a growing medium. Root structure. See, root designs will allow you to grow things in much colder weather or much warmer weather. Now, this particular pear here is called pineapple pear. You can see this. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. And on this pineapple pear, as we scan around, even at the very top, I have some of the same Asian pears. There's a large graft that I have on this tree that was done 3 or 4 years ago that's taken over this tree. And I'm going to try to, if you look, you can see it right there.
Yeah, right at the bottom there.
The little round pears.
Right.
And these are the moon pears. And if you look, you see 2 different kinds of pears going up the tree.
Wow. Well, we have a number of comments that are coming in. People are fascinated by what you're sharing. And I know you can't see the comments because you're trying to show us everything, but some of the comments are like, had no idea different fruits can grow from one tree. Wow. And, this is good information and all of that. There's a question. We're going to go back to what you were talking about as far as the leaves and how the leaves can serve as natural fertilizers. Mary Skinner Jones, thank you for watching. She says, "Is that what's called compost?" And I know
Yeah,
that.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you?
I'll explain that. I'll explain that phenomena.
Okay.
Where we live, the trees go into a dormant stage at a certain time of the year because of weather. The weather triggers the trees to go into a dormant stage. And while we're doing this, I'm going to show you these pears right here and the other pears right side by side. You see the round ones and you see the long ones. Okay. And this is the graph, that long graph that's going up the tree. See the round pears there?
Yeah.
This is the graph from that tree right there. Okay, now explaining to you how the science that's involved in dormant, when the tree goes dormant. As I told you, the nutrients go all the way to the tips of the trees, to the leaves. That's where the nutrients from the ground, under the ground, goes into the leaves. When that tree is going to go in a dormant stage from where we live in 8B, the leaf change from a green to a red, and then an orange, and then it turns brown. What it's doing scientifically is it's depositing half of the nutrients back to the tree so it can survive the dormant stage, and the other half of the nutrition, this is very important, the other half of the nutrition is in the leaf that falls to the ground. If you study the composition of magnesium, calcium, copper, iron, you will find that it's within the leaf. That's the scientific part of it. And it creates a whole different ecology for the tree itself. The healthier you can get, the trees need vitamins and nutrients the same way that we do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'll allow you to ask some questions if you like, going forward, that you may have in the
chat. So there's someone who has asked about the taste of the fruit. And so, you've been, of course, showing us the pears primarily, but I don't know how often, if you ever buy, I'm going to ask this question. I don't know how often or if you ever buy food from the actual grocery store, since you're already growing your own food, but do you notice a distinct difference between the taste of what you grow and the taste of what's in the grocery store?
Absolutely. That's what inspired me to begin growing fruit and vegetables on my own. See, one of the things that they will ripen the fruit with gas, or they can ripen it in the warehouse. It's the sun. The sun and temperature that give the sweetness and the fullness to any fruit or vegetable. Natural sunlight. So now if you are going to ship a product that may not have a extended shelf life 2 weeks away, then more than likely you're going to harvest that early. So it ripens in the warehouse as opposed to ripening in the field. And that's where you have a problem. Also, fertilizers can change the taste and the texture of the plant itself. Organically, everything will remain very lush, sweet, and tender. When you infuse commercial fertilizers, what you're doing is you're just growing the product. You're not creating a more lush, luminous soil or environment for the fruit to grow in. With organic gardening, you are enhancing the soil. You are amending the soil. You're adding amendments. Year after year, the leaves fall, amend the soil naturally. So, one of the things I showed the brother is that right now I have probably 30 bags of leaves that I collected in the last couple of weeks when people were cleaning their yards. And I'm
Mm.
very selective about the leaves that I get. Make sure you don't spray any poisons and that your leaves are clean. And this is one of the what is called the old time English pear trees. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see the pears. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if I wanted to, any of the pear trees that I've shown you, I can have all of them growing from this tree right here if I wanted to.
And you would do that by grafting.
Grafting. There's also another technique called air layering. That means I would come in like this, make a cut, an incision, maybe an inch around, separating the cambium from the tree. All right. What I would do is come in with the Ziploc bag of peat moss wet, circle the tree, tape it, put aluminum foil around it, and it would trick the tree into growing roots after about 30 days. Once it
Yeah,
grows roots,
fascinating.
once it has roots, that means what? I can come here,
Mm-hmm.
cut it, and I have an exact copy of the tree. And I've done this several times.
You know, Brother Abdul, we've dwelled a lot on the pears, but you got a variety of products there, produce.
Yes.
Yeah, let's scan them a little bit before the daylight
Okay.
doesn't allow us anymore.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I can't. Yeah.
And forgive me. This is my first time, and I was just trying to be kind of
You're doing a
thorough.
fantastic job. You're doing
Yeah,
fantastic.
your
I'm
explanation
gonna
I
is
was
feel
very
just
that. I need
trying.
to be taking notes.
Yes, I was just trying to be thorough with the explanation and so
yeah.
that they will get a real concept of what I'm doing. What you're seeing here is called the Japanese Fuyu persimmon. When the bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, one of the things that survived that bomb blast or nuclear bomb blast was persimmons.
Wow.
Now, when it comes to persimmons, there's a American type, there's an Asian type, and many other countries have their own persimmons. But there are two distinct kinds. One is a stringent. Stringent means that like acorns, you bite into them and they're not ripe. You maybe your eyes are going to cross. The other side of that is non-astringent, in that these persimmons here, they can be on the green side. And they're about the size of a large tomato. And when you bite into them, it's like heaven. I was so impressed with these trees that to this day, I have about 50 of them.
On that acre of land.
Yes, yes. And I'm not using I can put a lot more if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I'm scanning a different persimmon. Now, this persimmon here is called the Hachia. The Hachia is from the astringent family. It grows the size bigger than a navel orange. And it's astringent until it turns deep red and soft like jelly. And it is the sweetest persimmon you can ever find. This is another pear tree. This is called the Korean Olympic Giant. And I'll just go around and I'm scanning now is my muscadine orchard. I have several different kinds of muscadine grapes.
Yeah, I can tell it's getting a little dark over there, but You must have some
Okay.
light spots somewhere.
Okay, now you hit the light spot. Yeah, that's
There you
good
go.
right there.
That's good.
You must be facing the sunset.
These are more persimmons. These are more persimmons. This is a persimmon here. This is one here. And now I'm entering my garden.
So listen,
Can you-
Brother Everett, we just heard trees. He says, and now I'm entering my garden. This is incredible that he has this much natural food on his property. I mean, we just, we've seen fruit trees. I'm thinking, okay, he's got a lot of fruit trees. He says, and now I'm entering the garden. This is awesome.
Okay,
And so before you,
April,
Yeah.
let me just focus on those. That's a cabbage now, okay?
Yeah, these are cabbages. These are cabbages.
cabbages are.
4 feet wide.
These cabbages are at least 4 feet wide. And the brother can confirm that because we measured them today, and I gave him one. I'll show you where. This is where I cut. This is where I cut his from today,
That's right.
and he has that in his possession.
It's amazing because in the grocery store, I guess we see the ball, the heart of the cabbage. I've never seen cabbage leaves that large. I've seen collard leaves that large, but never. That's amazing.
And he can confirm. Look how wide some of the leaves are. More than 2 feet wide.
Yeah, that's right. That's the.
And he can tell you, are they tender or not?
I was getting ready to ask.
Tender. They're tender.
Yes. Yes.
They're tender,
Very
yeah.
tender. Yes. Now I'll scan over. If you can see this right here.
It's a little dark, and probably until you walk up
A little
on it.
dark. Okay. A little dark. Can you see now?
Yeah, still dark.
Okay. Let's see if I can get it in this area.
Just a little light right there. If you
There you
stand
go.
right there.
Right there. Right
I go back. Yeah.
Now remember I said I had about 50 persimmon trees.
Yeah.
There are at least 20 of them over here
Mm.
Okay. Near the
in
great-
various
near the-
in
near the
various
great wall.
stages of development. Yeah, I have a raised bed garden that is it's a 30 by 70. And in the fall of the year, I will have as many as 900 leafy vegetables in this area where I'm standing now.
So, Brother Abdul, when you think about your overall garden, what all are you growing in your garden? If you could just give us like a rundown of some of the things that you have available.
Okay, right now what I have is cabbages. And you can see there are cucumbers that will be coming by the end of June, right? I'll have cucumbers, tomatoes, okra, bell peppers, and tomatoes. I'll have those things in the next 4 or 5 weeks. And this year I'm growing watermelons.
I bet they're going to be good.
Yes. So I grow pretty much everything that you find in the stores.
So we won't talk about bananas right now, but that's on the other side of the building, right?
Yes.
Bring him
Yes.
back because we want to see those.
Yeah.
There was a question earlier. Where are you located? We even had Angel say that the next time we broadcast from your garden, she's willing to hold the camera so that you could just point things out. I think we could set that up, Brother Edward. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can set that up.
Yeah, I think we can set that up. So if people want to come out and buy some of the fruits and vegetables that you have, do they harvest it on their own? And where are you located? We need the deets.
Yeah, you can,
Okay.
you can focus the camera on your sign.
Okay, yes. We're going to the sign now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I would like to thank you for the opportunity of making this presentation. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But there's a lot that we've gotten out of this broadcast. Not only just learning that there's a wonderful organic fruits and vegetable garden that is local, that where things are available for sale, but just the science of it all, the way nature works. It was fascinating to hear all of that tonight. I can imagine that this would be a great field trip for
Absolutely.
young students, especially now. We need to teach them how to grow their own food. So, Abdul, if you'll focus on that sign again, we can show everybody how they can be in touch. Or
go a little closer there, Abdul.
And tell us a little bit about your location.
Yeah. Go a little closer. You can go, keep going.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're getting there. Yeah.
Yep.
The phone number.
Bring it down a little bit.
Hold it down because you're gonna see the phone number. Okay.
Got it. All right.
Yeah,
okay, we're located at 4291 Neighbor Lane. We are about 1 mile from Food Lion on 701 South, going toward Bucksport or Georgetown.
Wow. Truly local.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, truly local.
And when I said I grow pretty much everything that I use, I also grow my own lemons, oranges, several different kinds of those. I grow my own bananas. Now, unfortunately, you remember we had the snow in not too long ago. That reaped havoc on my citrus for this year. So hopefully I cut it back, and hopefully it will go back because it's done that in the past. But they were saying that we hadn't had winters like this since the 1980s.
Oh,
and
wow.
Even though the rootstock would withstand 20 or 30 degrees for 6 or 8 hours, it can't continuously withstand that or sustain cold like that. So
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that, and see how well it survives.
Okay. All right.
And so this is just the front area of my yard. I have the back area and another area down. So where are we as far as time?
We're actually wrapping up, and it looks like the sun is going down where you are.
Yeah.
But what I have on the screen is I just called it Abdul's Organic Vegetable Garden. Your phone number and your address, 1 mile from Food Line on 701 South in Conway. Everybody knows that as Bucksport Highway. So, and this video, of course, is going to be available for replay. So you can always go back and watch the beginning if you missed it. Make sure you share this broadcast across social media, and it's on YouTube, so you can grab that link and text it out to people and email it to people. But this is fantastic, and it's locally grown, Black owned. You'll get more than just fruits and vegetables. You'll get a lesson in how to make it happen, and I think this is fantastic. Aside from the fact that Marvin Latimer is always pushing your wonderful fried crabs, and I will be home to get mine, you're also doing these great organic fruits and vegetables for everyone. So this has been great, Brother Edward. Thank you for bringing them on tonight.
April, we this gives a good preparation for a field trip for our youth today, since we're beginning the summer jobs program and the summer literacy program under Miss McIver. That could be one of the field trips.
And actually, it could be one of the definitely could be one of the features for summer jobs, because we could talk about that during the virtual sessions as well.
Absolutely.
Because this is actually a way also to not only just take care of the idea of bringing food into food desert areas, but also you can really create a career out of this and go into agriculture. And there are lots of colleges and universities that support that, even technical schools. But you can get that homegrown knowledge from someone like Brother Abdul if you really and truly want to do this. One of Ms. McIver's wonderful students in the summer literacy program, Farmer Floyd, little Floyd. You remember he started a couple of years ago, and now he's growing his own fruits and vegetables. So it'll be great. I'm sure he could probably teach Brother Abdul a few things.
But he's right down the street from Brother Abdul. When I say down the street, Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. Not too far.
Yeah, so this has been great. So, Miss McIver's watching. She said, I can't wait to take the community garden kids there. Exactly. And she said, I love this for summer jobs. There you go. That's the cosign. Thank you, Koki Scott, for watching. We appreciate it. And Angel, I tell you, Angel, she's trying to be a part of the newscast. We're definitely going to have Angel on the next time because I'm sure there's so much more you can show us, Brother Abdul,
Yes.
from the garden. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Von Pleasure, thank you for watching. We really do appreciate it.
And thank you very much.
Ms. DeWitt says, can I get a membership to your garden?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Can't plant them in Virginia now.
Yeah, she's watching from Virginia, but when she comes home, she can come out and get some fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Organic fruits and vegetables, yeah.
You should be able to get many things from the garden about the first weekend in June.
All right.
Starting there. Yes.
All right. Awesome.
Wow, man.
Well, I have the banner running across the screen for anyone who wants to know about the location and how to be in touch. Of course, this is Brother Abdul, Singleton's Grocery, from the Sugar Hill community.
Oh, yeah.
His organic vegetable garden out on 701 South, and his phone number and address are running across the bottom of the screen. So take note and remember, share this broadcast. A great lesson was learned today. Grafting an apple and pear and create, wow, fantastic, just fascinating. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We really do appreciate it.
So,
Thank you very much.
April, is that how you pronounce it? Is that Sugar Hill? How do you pronounce that?
Sugar Hill.
Yes. And April, do you know why they call it Sugar Hill?
Tell us why.
It's because of the white sand. When you leave from 9th Avenue, as you come down to the bottom of the hill, the sand was always pure white.
Mm-hmm. I remember
and that was the reason. Right. It's a very sandy area, and that's why they called it Sugar Hill, because of the sand.
Yeah.
It looks like sugar.
Looks like, it was never like dirt, Brother Edward. It was just always, like he describes it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Look, we learned more. Learned more tonight than, this is a semester in agriculture college here.
Yes, absolutely. So you're not going to show us your face again before we leave. Everybody knows what you look like, but you've been showing us the trees the whole time. We just want to make sure that, there it is. Look, just like Mr. Ben. I tell you. Awesome. So thank you so much for being with us tonight, and we'll be back in touch because I think we need to do a follow-up, Brother Edward, and I'm sure there's more questions and some things he can teach everyone, because I believe that, people are getting more into developing their own gardens. I have an actual raised garden bed, and I just put some strawberries and some cucumbers and a few things in it. And we actually put a watermelon seed in the raised garden bed last year, and we could not believe it, but a watermelon actually popped up, and somehow, I don't know if a bird was trying to grab it or the vine or what, but we saw it hanging from the garden bed, and that's how we knew we had a watermelon, a little small one.
April, if I could share one more thing with the public.
Yes.
I'm gonna scan my yard a little bit here. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see that. That's great lighting. I don't know what you're doing, but that's great lighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there are people who spend thousands of dollars to decorate their yard with shrubbery and all of those things. And one of the things I remind them of, come crunch time, you can't eat any of that stuff. So you want to have beauty in your yard and food you can eat.
All right.
Grow some fruit trees.
Mm-hmm.
Because more often than not, when the cold months come, you're going to lose all of that all those beautiful green leaves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, man.
Yes. So, Brother, one thing I think people can take away from this: when the leaves start falling, start bagging them.
That's right. We rake the leaves, and you rake the leaves and you put them on the side of the road. Then you go and buy them from Walmart in potting soil, because they make soil. You can actually plant in leaves itself. That's how good they are. You can plant in leaves just alone. If you just wanted to plant in leaves, you could do that.
Wow.
You don't need any dirt.
No, you don't, because it'll make the dirt itself.
Yeah, we definitely need a part 2.
Yeah, part 2. All right, stay tuned, everybody, for part 2 coming. We don't know when, but when Abdul comes with some new plants, especially those bananas.
Yeah, we got to learn more about the bananas. Yes.
We're gonna show them and the lemons. You got the huge lemons.
And we use everything free resources, free leaves, right? If you want to build a raised bed, put cardboard in the bottom. It blocks the grass out, your natural grass. It blocks it out, and it also creates a worm farm in there, which is called vermicompost, which is one of the most rich kind of compost that you can add in a garden. In fact, you pay a lot of it in your box stores.
Okay. All right, Brother Abdul.
Okay.
Man, you really did it this time. Wait till I get back over to Sugar Hill.
Okay.
At Singleton's Grocery.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, one question, want you to prepare for the next time. Someone asked, can we get a lesson on medicinal plants? Do you have
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'm familiar with those also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know there's a part 2 coming up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we appreciate everyone for watching us tonight.
Absolutely.
Yes, please tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We're going to definitely bring Brother Abdul back to talk more about growing your own food, getting these great tips, and just learning about what nature can do for us, and it's always done for us. But you were so commercialized now, we forget. And so, yeah,
That's right.
let's try growing our own food. I think it would definitely be beneficial for everyone. So, again, Abdul's Organic Vegetable Garden, his phone number and the address are scrolling across the bottom, but he's located at 4291 Neighbor Lane, just 1 mile from the Food Line on 701 South in Conway. Dr. Suham was watching a little bit earlier, and she wanted to know where you're located. Of course, she's out of Hemingway, Williamsburg County. So, this is getting around, and we appreciate it. Again, share this broadcast, let everybody know, and we'll be back next week. Brother Edward mentioned earlier the summer jobs program and the summer literacy program. We just want to remind you that registrations are now open for both programs, and you can go to the WCMmagazine.net website to register for either or both programs. If you want more information about the summer literacy program, I put a banner up with the contact information for Ms. Marjorie McIver, her phone number, and again, just visit the website and you can complete the registration form or go to the contact us if you have more questions. I'm getting ready to release a flyer for the summer jobs program and post that to Facebook. Please share it, email it, text it, whatever you have to do. But we'd love to get these young people signed up for both programs this summer, and we really appreciate the community support. If you're interested in being a sponsor or a donor to either of these programs, get in touch with Ms. Marjorie McIver for the summer literacy program or Brother Edward for the summer jobs program. So,
and, April, I know time is valuable for you. May 31st.
Yes, May 31st from 1 to 4 is the actual summer program kickoff for both programs. It's going to be held at the Conway Library. And so if you're interested in being a part of these programs, when you register for the programs, we will send out communications with more instructions and more information about that summer kickoff. It's best that you register for the program versus just showing up on May 31st. Reason being, the summer jobs program is limited in the number of slots this year because we're using a different structure or format, and we want to make sure that we have enough spaces for everyone. So that's a good way to ensure that you're registered for the program. And then summer literacy, Ms. McIver and the literacy team, they need to understand what the reading interests are of the participants so that they can make the proper book selections for this summer. So please make sure you register. We'll put information as well out on Facebook and the website about the summer jobs and summer literacy kickoff. It's going to be really great this year as far as the summer jobs program being more of an employability skills course coupled with an employment assignment. And the great thing is that the participants are being paid for all of it. So being paid to attend and participate, as well as the summer literacy program, there will be a monetary award given at the end, along with field trips and some of everything that's being planned. So, and if you're interested in being a part of the summer jobs program curriculum, get in touch with me. And let's talk about how you can contribute to some of the topics that we will talk about during the virtual Zoom sessions. I'm planning to cover everything from financial literacy to dressing for success and everything in between. So, that's what I have for the night.
And remind everybody that is significantly different from the previous years in our summer job program. Okay. So please pay attention to what April just said, and we're going to have some virtual interaction as part of this the task of the participant this year. But it's going to be good. The stipend is going to be good. You're going to be paid good. Okay. So until next week.
Yes.
Godspeed,
and thank you, Brother Abdul. We appreciate you.
Thank you. We appreciate you too.
All right.
Save us some Simmons.
First Simmons, yeah. First Simmons. But see you next week, everyone. Have a great rest of your week. And Mother's Day is coming up. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Absolutely. And those of you who have filled in the gaps. We really do appreciate you. Yeah. And happy Mother's Day to our mothers in heaven as well. I certainly miss mine. So take care, everyone. And we will see you next week. All right.
Godspeed. Thank you, April.
You're welcome.
Thank you for watching the World Community Magazine's Hour of Power Live on Facebook.